Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Robinson is doing yet another march, which is probably going to happen in a couple of days, which means the far right rhetoric is yet again on pole position. It's being discussed in mainstream media and dominating the discussions and debates that are taking place in general. There was a discussion that I had at Speaker's Corner, so this is today's one. Can Islam fit into the future of the UK? This was with somebody, he's a left-wing liberal guy, but he was asking the questions that even the far right or the right wing may wonder sometimes. So I think that's good, because on this channel we talk about the theory, right? So at Speaker's Corner and with these debate sort of discussion videos, you see it being put into action. And this was the one that I think is definitely worth watching, guys. You're definitely bound to learn something. It's called The Far Right Will Hate This. I talked about Princess Diana falling in love with a Pakistani Muslim called Hasnat. Queen Victoria, somebody that felt a very close relationship with a guy called Abdul. And I talked a bit about the alliance of the Muslim empires in the 16th century with the UK and how they helped Elizabeth I when she was being attacked by her own Catholic brethren. This is the Danny Tomo one. You guys can see 301,000 views. 301,000 views, or people were very interested in that discussion. Today, however, we're going to be discussing the Piers Morgan panel, right? And I think Piers Morgan and his team really dropped the ball with this one. The guests were allowed to pass obscene, ridiculous comments with very little to none outrage, and they were not fact-checked enough. In fact, during the debate, Piers Morgan relied on his team, and the team were not able to give the facts that were required and needed. In fact, they had nobody on here that was equipped to deal with, for example, the grooming issue. Without further ado, let's jump in.
When Mamdani allows them to do whatever they want and lets them out on bail.
Mamdani's been in charge for a few months. New York City.
Right, so that was a very good point from Piers. Yeah, we're going to be chopping and changing here because it was a very long discussion. He blamed Mamdani for the rising crime rate in New York. Piers Morgan hits back.
Has had a far higher serious crime rate than London throughout my entire adult life. What are you talking about? And you've had white mayors.
We've had socialist mayors. We've had one right-wing mayor, Giuliani, and that's when there was no crime in New York.
Of course there was crime.
No crime. He said no crime in New York.
I'm in New York. What are you talking about?
Our annual murder rate went from 2,000 to 300 with
That sounds like a crime rate.
Giuliani. Thousands of lives.
That sounds like a crime rate to me.
I think that they need to remove remove the Muslim element from the UK altogether. That's what I would advocate for. Yes.
Now, as she's over talking him, he goes, yeah, remove the Muslim element. Yes. So he double downs on it, yeah? Then she goes, what? What are you talking about? They don't go, that's bigoted, that's discriminatory. How dare you say that? That's just downright wrong. No, just, what? Can you say that again?
That's correct.
What are you talking about?
And he goes, that's correct. Yes. No context has been given. He's made his point. He should be getting slammed at this point, right? But let's see. Imagine if somebody said that about Jews. That's it. You're an anti-Semite. What are you saying? That's atrocious. I can just envisage Piers Morgan going, that's atrocious. That's disgusting.
Remove the Muslim element.
Well,
it means
hang on, just to clarify.
It means
Piers Morgan's asking for clarification. Yeah, seems very calm, very relaxed.
It's no more mass migration from Muslim nations to.
Okay, so he was given a bit of a poke and a prod, and then he's completely shifted. He's completely shifted what he said before. He wasn't talking about Muslim migration. He was talking about removing the Muslim element.
To the UK, that's insane.
Well, we have about 5 million Muslims in the UK. What would you do with them?
And now, again, they're throwing him a bone. Okay, what about the Muslims that are still here? Surely you didn't mean that. No disgust, no outrage.
Well, the ones that are there, you can't do very much about, but you can do something about continuing the immigration policies. It's suicidal.
And that's just the stance that pretty much a lot of these people have, yeah?
Empathy. You don't need to do it.
So just to be clear, Andrew, you wouldn't let any Muslims into the country?
Yeah. Well, people have a.
That's his answer, yeah? Yeah, I wouldn't. And then, again, rather than them jumping in and going, whoa, what do you mean? Oh, that's wrong. That's bigotry. That's disgusting. What are you talking about? English people adopt Islam. What do you mean? Like somebody could be from France, born in France, have the lineage, European lineage or whatever, or from Denmark, from Germany, and just adopt Islam, and you're just going to stop them? How would you even find out? How would this even happen? What, you're going to ask them? And then what if they lie? You're going to be more intrusive? It just does not make sense. And frankly, I watched the whole thing and they just were not pushing hard enough.
Right. They have an autonomous right to determine who comes into their nation. I've watched a few of the Robinson debates, and he tends to focus on disproportionate crime rates, what Gavin's talking about here, which is per capita.
So Piers Morgan gave the general crime rates, and he gave the general groomers that are white, the Home Office report, majority, which doesn't really address the point. Yeah, they've now advanced their argumentation, whilst before it was like, yeah, it's mostly you guys. Then we go the Home Office report, the NPCC report, the CSA report. What are you talking about? Then they go, no. Is this, you guys are disproportionately doing it. It's for somebody that's been hosting these guys, bringing these guys, and I would have thought either Piers himself or his team would know, but they didn't. Listen to Piers.
He's saying that disproportionate to the domestic population here, these people are overwhelmingly committing these types of sex crimes.
I don't know the per capita number.
Why don't you know? Why don't you know? And then he's asking his team, and the team give him the wrong ones. That's embarrassing.
I'll get it while we're talking.
Right, before I get to that, I'll give you the figures, yeah? CSA 2022 to 2023 report. Let's have a look at the Pakistanis. 2%. They are not disproportionately doing it. Now this guy, Ben Habib, who is the leader of Advance UK, for those of you that don't know, Reform is the kind of main party that's seen as anti-migration and, you know, anti-Muslim, this, that. But they are more, ironically, they are more balanced than the other parties that are actually more extreme. Restore Britain is more extreme, and Advance UK, of course, is more extreme as well, led by Ben Habib. That's the party that Tommy Robinson is part of. Yeah, it's very important you guys know the distinction and you know the nuances. So when you are in a discussion with somebody, you don't get refuted because of technicalities. So Ben Habib is now going to be quoting a study that's been thoroughly debunked. Anyone who has a basic understanding of the whole grooming issue will not allow this to pass or slide.
85% of gang rapes in this country are perpetrated by South Asian men, according to the Quillian report of 2017.
Right, so this report didn't say where their data comes from. They took media cases in which they only looked at 264 offenders across 12 years. It's absolutely scandalous that this was allowed to be said and left unchallenged. Ridiculous. They made conclusions on the victims, which in cases have anonymity protection. They actively denied black and brown victims, which Ella Cobain, an academic in the field, said that she has worked on cases personally with. They have no expertise in the field of child abuse or around basic data analysis.
Ben, am I right in thinking that all your family then were all homegrown, going back centuries?
No, I'm not suggesting that for a moment.
Where were they from?
No, the key thing...
Well, hang on. Where were they from?
My father's Pakistani. My mother is English.
So none of your family are homegrown. There's someone whose father's a Pakistani.
I'm not
preaching to us about the need for everyone to be homegrown.
You've accused me of saying people have to be homegrown.
It's mental how you got the likes of Tommy Robinson and his clique that are part of a party, or at the very least promoting a party as their main party, when their leader is Ben Habib of Pakistani heritage.
That is completely wrong.
You literally just said it.
No, I didn't say homegrown.
You did say homegrown.
I never said homegrown.
Footage?
Not homegrown, not part of traditional British culture.
There you go.
Because we have practiced...
There you go. And this was a big segment in which he said, I didn't say it. Why are you saying that I said it? Then he started saying, if I said it, I meant it in this context. When Piers finally got the clip, he was focusing on the wrong bit. Yeah, he got roped into Ben Habib talking about context. If he just stuck with Ben Habib denying it outright, this would have been a complete own. Complete. But still, I mean, it was still hilarious.
Mass migration from cultures that are different to ours, and we've protected
like Pakistan.
and promoted them.
Like Pakistan?
Including Pakistan, Afghanistan, Syria, North Africa.
Is your father still alive?
My father is still alive.
Okay, you're going to send him home?
No, it's not a matter of deporting everyone who is not...
What is it then?
It's not about deporting these Pakistanis. Whoa, I don't think Tommy Robinson's gang agrees with that. In fact, hearing about your father and your background, I don't think they're going to be happy that you're representing their selected party.
It is a matter of having cultural homogeneity. So we are settled as
Your
a
father
country.
wouldn't be from cultural homogeneity.
But
He's from
Homogeneity.
the Unite the Kingdom
He
march.
assimilated.
Why wouldn't you deport your father?
Because I'm not going to deport people who are perfectly law-abiding
you're never
and
gonna
respect.
deport anyone.
and
So as
Why
long
are
as
we
it's
having
members
this
of Ben
discussion?
Habib's family, they
There you go. Yeah, exceptions. Oh no, so and so. We get to decide who's assimilated. We get to decide who's part of this culture and this country, mate. A very obscure and abstract way of deciding who deserves to stay and go.
And we need British culture, including our Christian constitutional and cultural
Christian.
roots,
Listen, Christian. Yeah, Christian.
to be put first and foremost.
Huh?
Ben, is
This
your
is
father
where this
Christian?
country.
Is your father Christian?
My father is not. He's not really religious. He's
He asked Ashok asked, "Is your father Christian? He's not religious, but."
drunk all his life as a Muslim.
Wow.
As a Muslim.
As a
Muslim.
Muslim.
Your father's a Pakistani Muslim, but you want
Yellow.
people to be homegrown Christians.
I did
Ele.
say homegrown Christians.
Got completely owned. This is another clip, yeah? This Gavin guy is a complete clown. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there, to be honest.
Hindus assimilate beautifully. Every other culture assimilates beautifully, but modern
He just said
Islam
that the Hindus
is
got
not
into a row
assimilated.
over cricket.
When there
He did. And I'm going to show you the clip.
was a cricket match, Piers, I know you're a cricket fan. When there was a cricket match between Pakistan and India, rival groups of Hindus and Muslims in Leicester went to war against each other over a cricket match where England.
So look, they're both next to each other. They're both, look, him and him, they're both on the same team, but yet they're unwittingly refuting each other. It's just poetry.
What's your citizenship?
British, American, Canadian.
Right?
You can't be three. You have to be dual national.
That's also a myth, you
You don't have
dumb
three
bitch.
passports.
Whoa, what did you call
Yes,
her?
you can.
What did
Of
you
course
call
you
her?
can.
Even his guy, look at him. And this guy, his face hasn't changed, yeah? But even he was like, oh, crap. Oh, that's how people are going crazy again.
I called her a dumb bitch.
I need to really focus on this guy, yeah? And just see how red he gets. It's like a child being told off. First he was giving it all that. Yeah, you got, why you're batting on the wrong team, you're this, you're that. And then now, just watch him with his tail between his legs.
You apologise, please.
Sorry, that was a bad word. I
Thank
lost
you.
my
I
temper.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was a bad word. I don't know why she's going. I appreciate that. You called me a dumb bitch, but then you apologized, so I guess that's okay. Hang on a minute, laugh. Just let's see why the guy said it in the first place. Don't jump the gun. Yeah, the bar is so low with these people that when they finish the unhinged rants, even to get an apology from them, I guess is seen as, oh, okay, right. Let's take that and let's roll with that. No,
Yeah, it is actually. I just think, why would you do that?
I got mad.
I got mad. I'm sorry.
I used a swear word.
No way. You used the swear word? Wow.
You just use a disgusting phrase to a woman.
What?
What? What are you talking about? Where am I? Are there any more BITCHs here?
People I've got
Nobody
problems
does.
with who bring antithetical ideologies to this country and cause us, wish us harm.
And what cultures are they?
Their cultures, they are muscular.
This guy, he speaks really posh and it seems like he's making a point, but boy, did he get buried. This guy got buried big time. Now he's talking about these alien muscular cultures, the barbaric, this, that. Have a listen, yeah?
Name one.
Well,
From where?
if you take lots of people in from places like the depths of Punjab, the depths of Swat, the depths of Kashmir.
And from where your father came from. So which part of Pakistan is he from?
He's from Punjab, but he was...
This guy is just catching strays left, right, and center. First, he had to admit his dad was Pakistani. Then he had to admit that he was Muslim. Then he had to admit that he's from the depths of Punjab, the very people that he has an issue with. You cannot write this stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Educated.
So the depths of
But
Punjab.
if you go to the depths of Punjab, you might
is he
find
from
this
the
funny,
is he
but
from the
if you-
depths of Punjab?
If you import barbarians who are not even...
From the barbarians from the depths of Punjab, where your own father...
Thank you, Piers. This was the only time that I thought, okay, Piers, latch on with your pitbull style, yeah? Latch on to something, for God's sake. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how the cookie crumbles. The debating, actually, I'm going to end with this quickly, whether Tommy Robinson, because the march is going to be happening on Saturday, I think Oxford is hosting a debate with Tommy Robinson. Frankly, if they host Tommy Robinson, I don't think you should be cancelling people or saying this person has an extreme view or this or that, especially when it's affecting our culture, right? Because that's what they're saying, that Tommy Robinson is big enough that I think, and he's got so much quote-unquote star power that we simply cannot ignore him, so we should bring him for a debate. And I think Abdullah Al-Andalusi will be going from our side. MashaAllah, very brilliant brother. Some people are saying we shouldn't platform these people, we should just ignore them and this and that. I don't know. I'm not in favor of that, to be honest. I think if someone is big enough, assuming, yeah, when you bring him on, there needs to be someone decisive on the other side that's adequately equipped to refute and rebut him. Not like this, yeah, where a lot of things were said and frankly I don't think they were challenged enough. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.